What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another X-Ville adventure. I am Pac-Man, and we are back at the Kentucky Fair and Expo Center at the fairgrounds. Right now, the fair is going on. I did park in parking lot P, which is right behind me. They're now calling the stages with their names. This one is going to be called the Loudmouth stage for those people who are coming to Louder Than Life. It'll be right here in this parking lot. This is where I parked. I came in through gate 2, which it's a good gate to come in for the fair, but not for Louder Than Life. I would advise not going in this gate for Louder Than Life. But we are here at the Kentucky State Fair to kind of enjoy a little bit of it and do a tour. And the first thing you do at the Kentucky State Fair is you get a corn dog because, well, it's lunchtime and I'm hungry. Also, I did end up buying the tie-dye shirt from Kentucky Kingdom. It's pretty cool. But let's go ahead and get into the fair. One of the main reasons you park in parking lot P is because it's right here by the midway where all the rides and stuff are. And by the end of the day, you're at the midway, right? You're riding the rides, so then it's an easy way out. Plus the exit is right here. Now we are here really early, so the midway is kind of a dead zone right now. There's not a whole lot of people here at the moment. But yeah, I'm not going to do a tour of the midway just yet because obviously it's dead. There's nobody doing anything. The rides are not even running right now. They open the midway at 3 o'clock. But first, corn dog, and then we'll go inside to the south wing and walk around there. Literally nothing is open at the moment. Like I said, the midway doesn't open until 3. I know we haven't been to the fair in a few years. I think the last video we posted was 2022. And just if you're wondering, I still have not found the best burger here at the Kentucky State Fair. So if anybody knows what the best burger here is, put it down in the comments and let me know, because I would like to find the best burger here. So far, every burger I've tried, they're okay, but nothing that great. But yeah, this part of the parking lot is where the main stages for Louder Than Life will be. Right here. Look at how many rides are here. It's really cool. Hopefully Louder Than Life is really fun. It is going to be hot because this is very hot concrete. And like always, the place you want to go get your corn dogs is Pat's. Pat's has been here for a very long time. I've said it before in the past few videos that we've came to the state fair. They have special corn dogs for vegan and they have all beef. Also, if you get those corn dogs, they will be made fresh. So you will have to wait a little bit, but they are fresh and their corn dog breading is amazing. And Pat's is located right in front of the North Wing lobby, right next to the donut burger and the pineapple whip stand. All three of these, actually everything over here is pretty much over here every year. But again, I'll do the food tour video after this. Yeah, if you could tell, it's very popular. There's a big line back here and it stretches all the way over there. I guess let's get in line and get a corn dog. This year the shuttles are going the opposite direction. Weird. All right, now that we've had our corn dog from Pat's, let's go into the south wing. Now the south wing is split into a few different parts. There's the first half, the middle half, and the back half, C, B, and A. I don't remember which way is what, but I think C is at the very end, B is in the middle, A is at the back behind me. And I'll show you a few things as we walk down through here. It's still weird to me that the shuttles are going the opposite direction than they usually do. So we made it down here halfway on the pathway to South Wing B. And inside here is usually where the counties are at. It's usually where the kids stuff is at, the petting zoo and stuff. Go all the way down there to South Wing C. And then back that way behind me is the North Wing and also South Wing A. There's other stuff in there too, but we're gonna start in C because it just makes more sense. But out here in front of South Wing B, in this parking lot here, not this one, behind that tent, is where the two main stages for Louder Than Life will be. Currently there's a BMX ramp out here. It'd be cool to catch that one day. Hopefully we get to see it. The times are right there. It says where they got a show at 1:30, 4:30, and 7 on weekdays, and weekends is 1, 3, and 7. It is a weekday, so I might come back here at 1:30 and check out the BMX show. There is also this lone funnel cake stand right outside South Wing B. And the shuttles do make their way all the way around the fairgrounds, all the buildings. because the parking goes all the way around. Now we made it down the South Wing C. It's time to go in here and see what they have in the vendor hall. And as soon as you walk in the South Wing C doors, just over here, there's a family stage. This is always here, and they do have a list of events. And there's always these information booths and Earler's ice cream. So if you want ice cream, there's plenty of those. The South Wing is fun. We have a lot of fun here. We came here for PopCon. We do the fair here. We do a lot of different things here. There's rooms on this side. We don't really do much of it there at all for any events for us. Everything's always on this side. And inside South Wing C is the vendor hall. All right, now we are inside the vendor hall in South Wing C. And it's a little bit noisy in here. Everybody's in here right now because nothing else is open, like the rides and stuff. I think the cows and stuff are open. But this room is pretty massive. I'm not going to show you guys every single booth because that would get tiring. You've seen most of this before back in the past 2 videos, but this is the first aisle. This is where the birds usually are. Birds still are not back. Sadly, I wish the birds would come back. But the same booths are scattered throughout. They all might be in different positions, but they're all still here. Yeah, we're going to start here in the first aisle. There's Danos. They are always here. This booth is always here. They have a lot of blankets and different like pop culture memorabilia. The Superman blanket, and of course Frozen and The Mandalorian, and a bunch of sports stuff. But they're always here. Go in there and check it out. The fair is animal friendly, so you will see dogs and stuff everywhere. This booth is also always here, the tie-dye booth. They're the ones with the instrument ties. But yeah, here's the wall of ties. I still do not see the drum set ties like they had the first time, and I wish I picked it up that day. They're only $8 each now. There's a lot of ties though, but like I said, back in 2021, I don't really wear ties that often, so I don't know when I'd wear those. We stopped at this booth yesterday and bought a bunch of charms for my Crocs. I became a Croc person now because I'm married. That's what you do when you're married, you wear Crocs. Never seen this before. It's called exotic bowls, but those look actually really pretty good. I'm not gonna try it right now, and since the oddities and curiosities things happened here, there's a lot more of this kind of stuff here too. The piano guy got moved to the back corner. Get your German roasted nuts. Tons of glass. These guys are usually here too. Some Dragon Ball shirts. There's a lot more anime stuff here now than there used to be. Labubu Pazuzu things are taking over. It's all the craze now. If you want good fudge, go to Morgan's Fudge. There's a lot of these honey maple syrup places in here now. I don't know what that's all about. Delight Dippers is on the end now, I guess because they get a lot of traffic. Try some of that. It's always fun. More fudge. Lots and lots of fudge. Lots and lots of fudge. They are everywhere now. Rubber ducky, you're the one. More fudge. Another cool booth. Lots of swords. Anything for your cosplay needs. I told you guys about this pickle place before. Look how busy it is now. Wow. People love their pickles. This booth is always here, but now they've got the Labubus now. Lots of people trying to sell you stuff. Beds, hot tubs, massage chairs. Murphy's also has a lot of good sweet snacks if you guys want to try other stuff besides just fudge. The fudge is really good, but yeah, they have a lot of good stuff in there. And we usually get stuff from this Top Dog Bakery every year, but this time we're kind of sad about doing it because one of our dogs passed away back in December, and I'm still kind of not over it. More syrup. They are everywhere now. There's also this coffee truck in here. If you want iced coffee, hot coffee, they've got it. And this booth is usually at a bunch of cons. I think I pointed this out before in previous years. But he's got a lot of cool stuff, horror, metal, different things, you name it. Cool t-shirts. Godzilla. Iceland Kills. Cozito. We will come back for some Cozito cookies when Jessica's with us. And they do still have the face painting booth right here too. And Deepster 502 is back. If you ever get a chance, try some of this stuff, buy it, it's really good. Need a hot tub? More syrup? Still waiting for somebody to print my dog's face on stuff. There's always different kinds of beef sausage and summer sausage stuff. There's another one just right here. All right, this is the last of the longer rows. Now it becomes part of the food court here. Just weird because they moved the food court a lot now. The food court's now at the end near South Wing B instead of at the other end of South Wing C. It used to be at the very beginning aisle, then somewhere in the way it moved down to the middle, Now it's over here at the end. But to be honest, it's probably better over here anyway because it's between the other busy wing. So it's good to have food right in the middle of B and C. So there's that. They should just open that air wall though and put it right in the middle. It is lunchtime and everything is busy. So I don't know what I'm gonna get for follow-up to the corn dog. But a lot of these places are the same as always. They just kind of change their facades. That's where you get the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And then you got the Cattlemen's Association and the Italian sausage place. But yeah, I'm not gonna go through every single one of these booths to let you know what kind of food they have. It's all the same as it always is. If you've been here before, you know what it is. If not, just look back on some old videos. And because it got cut off of the food court, this is the next aisle. It's kind of like half the size of the other aisles. But that's fine. It's just more of the same. People selling you mattresses or massage chairs or cell phone covers or just bullshit. And another pickle place. Please and thank you. Cookies are here. Really good cookies. I suggest trying a lot of it. Dragon Balls? Anybody? Candyland? We did a video with Candyland a couple times. But very dangerous place. Here's the leather place where I used to get the wallets, but they don't have any wallets anymore. Pop's Comics. Well, there's more fun at the fair. Pop's Comics is really cool. They're a comic shop here in Louisville. I go there a lot to buy a lot of toys. Check them out. This is the place where I bought my Phoenix Hill shirt. If you guys like old stuff from Louisville, get your shirt there. And we are in the last aisle of South Wing C. There's not a whole lot on the end over here, but they are missing quite a few different things. A couple of booths worth noting that aren't here right now that I haven't seen is our Native American friend who had all the cool crafted stuff. And then, weirdly enough, the Kentucky Lottery is not here. Yeah, the Kentucky Lottery is usually right here at the end, but they moved the food court down here. And the food court is still hopping. All right, South Wing C is done. This is South Wing B, and you're introduced by an ice cream truck. KSP doing pull-ups. This side is all health stuff, so you can get screened for different things. But this side is the Kentucky State Police, LMPD, Safety Town is back here, all kinds of cars and stuff. And then they have this thing called Safety Town. We showed it to you guys before. It's where you basically ride around on a big wheel. This thing's been here for very many years. It used to be big wheels, now they're little carts with 4 wheels, and you get a little driver license at the end. It's been here for a long time. I've done it when I was a little kid. You can even climb into an LMPD chopper or see what it's like in an ambulance. Does anybody remember Louis the Lightning Bug? And you can't get in the fire truck, but you can take pictures with these things, and you can get you a fire hat. And the Discovery Farm is back again in the same spot it always is. Let's see what they got in here now. Here's an alpaca. And here is 4 llamas. There's a couple young ones in there. This is a beef cow. Look, it's a donkey. A dairy cow. He's bringing the ducks out just as I walked away. He brought these ducks out just as I walked away. Here's the chick hatching exhibit. There's no chicks yet. We'll see the next time we come back if any chicks hatch. How about some piglets? They also have some sinks and hand sanitizer if you want to wash your hands after petting any of the animals. Discovery Farm is there. All the health stuff is over here. We're gonna keep going this way for the moment, past Cloverville. I don't usually go in there. It's basically Team 4-H stuff. I don't really have a purpose to go in there, so. And then we get into the photography and the arts stuff. So over here you have photography. Over there you have paintings and different crafts. Yeah, it's just aisles of different photographs, different categories, different things. that people have entered. Look, flatter than life. Now I've entered photos here at the fair before. I haven't done it in quite a long time. I might actually do that next year. Let's see. Yeah, this section is mostly stuff of things people have made and entered. Like a horse. They even have stained glass as a category. And different variations of paintings. Nothing on the back wall. But yeah, different stuff for you to enjoy. Awesome. But yeah, there's rows of paintings, just like there was rows of photographs, photography pictures. And there's so much. Okay, now we're getting into quilts. Only one row of quilts, or whatever that is, textiles. There's some more paintings. Now they have different categories, different age groups. So if that's something that interests you, enter. No harm in trying. Plus you get free tickets to the fair when you do it. And then just here we have some plants. I don't really care for the plants. There is some quilts and stuff way over there. I don't really walk through that either. But here's the stuff I do like. Miniatures, Christmas trees. Let's take a walk around the miniatures. And it's laid out a little different than it usually is in here. So let's, I guess, start right here.
Well, we got the wrong number.
At what point is this Piggly Wiggly not allowed to enter anymore? That one's here every year. But yeah, now you go in the booth to look around at all the houses. Kind of makes it worse with traffic. People also make different wind chimes. Just lines and lines of quilts. And this is usually where all the cakes and stuff are at. They kind of like, they're all still in here, but they're kind of not in the same spot they usually at. So, for example, you have some right here, specialty baking. And then you have some right here. So it starts here, goes around. But that's not all. There's other baked goods in here too, but we come in here for the cakes. There's some up there and back here on the wall as well. There's some mermaid cake with a cave. That's pretty cool. And there's also a bucket of chicken. And a Kentucky one. Across the hall, that takes you back into A and B. That's the cake room. They go across the hall. And this room has a bunch of antiques and stuff. We can go through this all day. But there's a lot of neat stuff in here. Check it out. It's just, you can find a lot of different history browsing through here. This door just leads you out to the North Wing lobby. Weird, came out at the right moment. I did not plan this. There's a couple stilt walkers here, a zebra, and a giraffe. Yeah, literally, I just came out here to show you where that door led to. Never know. Also, Earler's ice cream. They're everywhere. Hawaiian tree? All right, so everything over here, the flowers, the miniatures, the trees, the antiques, the culinary stuff, the quilts, and you turn around this way, the photography, all the farming stuff, basically all the way down to the Discovery Farm sign. Can't hardly see it from here, but it's that one right there. That's South Wing A. Everything after that to the air wall is South Wing B, and everything past the air wall is South Wing C. We're going to continue on the front half of AB. There's a lot of kid activities here, different things that they can do. It's kind of new to me. I know it's been here a few times, but I've never actually seen anybody doing anything in here. I wanted to continue walking through the South Wing for a second to show you guys not just the farming equipment, but the pride of the counties. And then there's educational exhibits down there. Hey, corn, anybody? This is the pride of the counties, and there's several aisles of different booths, and each booth represents a different county in Kentucky. So the first one here is Louisville's. Now, I'm not going to go through the pride of the counties with you guys because it's all the stuff we're going to be doing on this channel. But if you want to walk through it yourself and discover new things about Kentucky and the areas around us, go ahead and check it out. Okay, this is where the educational exhibit is, and it changes every year. This year is the Vietnam War. So they have a bunch of Vietnam memorabilia here, including a helicopter, different guns, different weapons, different uniforms, and there's a lot of information everywhere with history and different things that you can check out and learn some stuff. All right, I think we are about done with the South Wing for now. I don't really need to go through any of this stuff with you guys. This is all the health stuff, government stuff. Go through it if you want to. I'm not gonna go through that with you guys. Back outside, South Wing B. Hopefully I made it in time for the BMX show. We'll see. It's like I got out here just in time. Well, got it just in time. Time to get some more food. And Pat still has a line. Now that we've had a bite to eat, let's go inside the North Wing lobby and see what they've got in there. There's usually not a whole lot going on in here, except for the doors to the right inside go to the South Wing, and the doors to the left go to some horses. We'll check out everything in here. There's really not a whole lot, but we'll go inside. And as soon as you walk inside, they have this Kentucky State Fair sign. That's not usually here, but that's pretty cool. And this area changes quite often. Today it's a bunch of people sewing. Occasionally they'll have dining things in here, like special dining events, and occasionally there'll be a stage in here with performers. Okay, and those doors are where we came out before, right over there where the giraffe and the zebra was. Those go back into the South Wing where all the crafty stuff is. Then there is an escalator here that takes you to the other side of the North Wing, back to the parking lots. And then we go this way. There is really nothing back that way. Ford used to be a sponsor for the Kentucky State Fair. They probably still are, but they had a booth here to showcase Fords and hire people. It's no longer here. It's one of the things that it has been gone for quite a while. All these are the winning jars of stuff from the West Wing. Now to go in North Wing A, there's a lot of horses in here and a lot of horse-related vendors. So if you go in there, I don't know if you really can. They always have a guard here, but that's where the horses are if you want to see horses. And there's a bunch of equestrian stuff in here. I'm not going to go up and down. Yeah, that's basically everything in North Wing A. Bunch of vendors for horses. If you want to see horses, that's cool. There's a place for you to go. Not really a whole lot else going on in there. In the North Wing lobby, you can go this way, and this takes you to Freedom Hall. We're gonna go outside as well to show you, but I wanted to go through here because this hallway usually has posters for Louder Than Life and Bourbon and Beyond. This hallway leads to Freedom Hall, and not a lot happens in Freedom Hall anymore. But this is a hallway that goes all the way around the arena. The arena is on this side, and the only thing that happens in there during the fair usually is horse competitions. They used to have a bunch of paid concerts for that, but it is currently, yeah, you can see the horses in there now. But yeah, they don't really have concerts in there anymore. This hallway leads all the way around. These are the main doors to Freedom Hall, right in front of the fountain. And it continues on. Those are the main doors in front of the fountain, and it continues on this way to the West Wing. And there's also quite a bit of snack vendors in here. Kentucky Cattlemen's, Cocoa Bongos, different things like that. And this hallway goes all the way to the other side where Broadbent Arena is and the giant parking lot. The one reason you'd come in here is to come in from that door. But yeah, This is a paid ticket thing. They do have a free entrance, but usually it fills up. Today it's pretty light, but there is horses in there if you want to watch horses. And that is the door to the West Wing. We'll go into there in just a moment. Right now I want to go back outside in front of Freedom Hall. And I wanted to come back outside in front of Freedom Hall for a couple of reasons. One, if you guys notice, look at all the people around the fountain. Look at all the shade. For those people worried about louder than life, VIP's got it great. And Freddie, sponsored by the Kentucky Farm Bureau, is still here. And the guy that talks to you is right up there. A little behind the scenes secret for you. Freddie's been here for a long time. And we're about to go into the West Wing. However, I'm going to do it from the front because I wanted to show people who are here for Louder Than Life a little bit about the layout out here for the fair. But I'm not going to do the food tour just yet. We'll do that here in a little minute after the West Wing. But first, how I said that the West Wing has a lot of areas to sit. There's people sitting everywhere. There's lots of shade under these awnings. I'm pretty sure the VIP is only going to take up so much space up to that cutout there. But we're gonna go this way and I'm gonna show you how much shade there really is. This is where we like to eat during the fair. We usually just find one of these ledges and sit and eat. I don't know if you watched my Louder Than Life announcement video, but this is that cutout that goes between the West Wing and Freedom Hall. There's a lot of place to sit in here, a lot of places to chill. And this looks like on the map that it's openly available for everybody. So I expect a lot of people to be sitting back here. I don't know if this tent will be here, but there's still quite a bit of trees, a lot of ledges, and it's just really a big open space. Back here right now, they have a Lady Houdini, an escape artist, magician, entertainer, and that's part of the West Wing's lobby. That's the West Wing lobby. All these ledges, lots of places to sit during Louder Than Life. And like I said, this area will be open for everybody during Louder Than Life, not just VIP, according to the map. And now to go inside the West Wing. All you loudmouths, this is the moment you've been waiting for. This is where the merch tent's gonna be, the merch table, and they're going to have a bunch of lounges in here. I don't know exactly which hall they're going to be using, but I will give you a big, brief, detailed summary of everything inside. And as soon as you go in the West Wing, you're greeted by a really big lobby. And right here at the front is Bees and Honey. This is where you would buy your honey products, which used to be in here, but they have gotten very busy, so they moved it out to the lobby. And now this is just to look at the bees. And we showed you guys this before. And you can see real bees. The queen is on the other side, but there's people there. But when you're here, look for a white dot on its back. And you have this hallway, the bee room's right there, the lobby's behind me. And then this is a bunch of tobacco, big rooms with air walls that can make bigger rooms. Tobacco, Kentucky's best. It's like door inception. There's a door there, a hallway, and another room. Now we're going through another hallway with another door. There's that door. There's a big hall over there, and then that is where the lobby is. But in here is giant pumpkins. Big giant pumpkins. And not only is there pumpkins, but there's a lot of veggies and stuff in here, and then a lot of cool veggies and stuff made into dioramas. Different things like that in here. It's interesting. People grow their veggies and enter it, and some of them win, some of them don't. But the other reason you come in here is the giant watermelons. And I'm showing you these rooms because I assume these were going to be the lounges for Louder Than Life, and I think this will end up being the merch room. But in here right now is sheep. So this is the room I think is going to be the merch room. Why? Because it's gigantic, big enough to hold the merch table and the lines. Plus those doors over there are the ones just outside. Yeah, these doors. But they're the ones just outside, and they have the side doors open, and these side doors lead right into the parking lot where the big bourbon stage will be. So yeah, just outside these doors here is the Kentucky Kingdom side parking lot where the two side stages will be and the big bourbon stage. I'm not gonna walk out there just yet. I still got some more stuff in the West Wing to do, but that kind of gives you a lay of the land. Back to the West Wing lobby. Back into the lobby. So from them glass doors, you have 1, 2, 3 rooms to make lounges, and then that big giant room back there that also leads to the parking lot for merch. And that door also leads to the other 2 stages in the Kentucky Kingdom parking lot. Now to go into the West Wing itself. This is where the cows are. And when you're in here, watch your step. Yeah, right here the kids are playing with the spider. I showed you guys that before. Right here at the main entrance that goes into the Freedom Hall. But this is the cow room in the West Wing. And it's a pretty gigantic room. They usually use this room for the flea markets. But I do not think they're going to use this room for Louder Than Life. Rows and rows of cows. I got a lot of friends that say they're country until they come in here. Then they can't even stand the smell. I think it's hilarious. Nature. Baby cow. Puppy. And at the end of the cows, in the far back, they have the Border Collie show. There's no dogs in there right now, but there are some geese. Take that back. Puppy. Also by the Border Collies, they have these pens here. There's a big door right there. Sometimes it's closed, sometimes it's open. I feel like it's going to be closed for Louder Than Life. I do not think they're going to be using this part of the hall. Through this door is usually the antique room for the flea market, but currently there's pigs. Lots of pigs. There's other stuff down there, but it's really not that important. Yeah, all these are pigs. Puppy. And during the fair, they switch things out. Right now, this side is sheep, and this side is pigs. Sometimes it's birds, sometimes it's chickens, sometimes it's rabbits. They switch it out halfway through the fair. All right, now we're done with the West Wing inside. We came out that door there so I could show you guys the parking lot over here, because they do have a stage set up for the free concerts that happen at the Kentucky State Fair. I can't go all the way down there because I have it blocked off until the concert time, but I can get a pretty decently close view for you and see what's up. All right, this is the parking lot where the Bourbon stage will be and the 2 other stages for Louder Than Life. If you guys could see it way down there, that's the awning that they were building in the video I showed you guys the last time I was here. There's a stage back there. Just imagine 2 of them back there instead of 1, and then 1 over here. And then that'll be the entrance to Louder Than Life. One of the entrances anyway. Yeah, that stage is not that far away. People think it's going to be a far walk, but I think it's not that bad, especially when you can walk through the West Wing and get some AC on the way here. Plus, there's a lot of these rocks and stumps and stuff for you short people that can't see. It's kind of far away from the stage is way over there, but it'd be kind of cool to have it over here for this stage. But in the parking lot where the rides are, there's a lot of stumps and stuff, so you can actually get a good vantage point if you're short. They're just walking pigs around. Also, it's a weekday right now for the fair. Kentucky Kingdom's currently closed, but there is some kind of like carnival act over here, which that's pretty cool. But other than that, there's not a whole lot over here for the fair anymore. They kind of condensed it all to that front parking lot. But yeah, that's the outside of that door that I showed you earlier that comes right out here in the parking lot. And I heard somebody say that this was going to be a bottlenecked area. I do not think so. There's enough space here. So long as they keep the tents to the sides for the drinks and stuff, it should be fine. There's also an aerial stunt show right here in front of Kentucky Kingdom during the fair this year. Now for the food tour. Starting right here on the end, we have a pineapple whip stand. They also have different sweet snacks and frozen treats. I get my frozen pineapple whip down at the other stand. I'll show you guys that here in a minute, but this one's okay too. And right next to the pineapple whip stand is this sweet treat stand. They also have fried Oreos, funnel cakes, and other stuff, popcorn and different carnival treats like that. Those are everywhere around here in the fair. This stand's been here for quite a while. It is the best place to get your bloomin' onion and your deep fried veggies. They do have a deep fried veggie tray with a bunch of mixtures of vegetables, and it's really good. Get your bloomin' onion here. And these are the doors I was telling you guys about from the inside that will probably be the doors that are open for the merch table, as you can see, because it goes right out here to the parking lot, right in the center of everything. This is Deuster's. They are new this year. They have homemade ice cream, and not to be mistaken for Deepsters inside, but we haven't tried it yet. I don't know if we're going to try it this year, but if it's here next year, we will definitely keep our eye out. This one behind the tree is Jumbo Yoza. They have great elephant ears. And this is Greater Tater. They used to have the best ribbon potato, but I think this is the one that used to be way over there. And the last time we got it, it was really soaking wet, greasy. And you'll see a lot of these red and white striped tent with corn dogs. And corn, don't get your corn or corn dog from here. I'll show you where to get them. Before we get too far from this area, this is the Budweiser tent. I've showed you guys this tent several times. In the past, this has been a place where I got to see a lot of cool cover bands. Right now, bands are here playing In the End from Linkin Park, acoustically. And inside the tent, there's also a lot of places to sit, as well as get your brews. There's more tents outside. There used to be a Bud Light tent that had country music, but they have since gotten rid of it. Country music's over in the Miller Lite tent now. This place is always really cool. Before they used to have the armadillo eggs that we used to get. Now they have cheeseburger egg rolls. And their fries are really good too. And there's the infamous ribeye steak sandwich place. They also have really good fried green tomatoes and another corn dog stand. And this is the Philly cheesesteak stand with the Polish sausage, Italian sausage. And the queue is still not back. We are still with this place. I have not tried anything from here yet. Maybe one day. And now they have another food booth back here in the West Wing courtyard. It says State Fair Pork Chop, home of the State Fair Pork Chop. But I've never seen this before. This is where you get your elephant ears. And there's also a cotton candy stand. They have lemonade. There's lemonade everywhere, cotton candy everywhere, snow cones everywhere, apples everywhere, all the carnival stuff you want. Here's another one of them carnival ones. This one has pizza, pretzels, nachos, and it also says it has sweet tea. All the places that have sweet tea are hit and miss. Sometimes the sweet tea has been there for a while and it's kind of old, so it tastes really, really bad. But sometimes the sweet tea is really good. Just stick to your sodas while you're here. But I've never actually had pizza at the fair, so that might have to be something on my list. And this booth has been here for very many years. The first time ever I tried the cheese curds this year. They're pretty good. And like I said, VIP for Latin in life. You guys got it way too easy. Got a lot of shade. The churro carts here, they have a new facade. I did not get my arepas this time, but they are really good. I wish I should have got one. And another sweet roasted corn stand. And Coco Bongos is still here. And you have a corn dog stand there and one right there, right next to Freedom Hall in Freddie. This is Newton's. They make the ice cream fresh, and they have a farm to table grill. They have good burgers. The burgers are decent. They're kind of the best ones here so far, but it's still not like the best burger I've ever had. So I guess if you want a decent burger, this is the choice at the moment until I find another one. And there's lots of funnel cake stands around the fair. Get yours over here in front of the North Wing at Pennsylvania Dutch. They have the best ones, and they have lots of different fun ones like turtle funnel cake. Here's another Savory with Philly cheesesteaks, Polish sausage, hot dogs, hamburgers, stuff like that. The only thing I've had here was their Philly cheesesteak, and I didn't really enjoy it. I have not had anything else here, but I will try something from here next year. The infamous Krispy Kreme donut burger. I did get one of these this year. Still feels like death afterwards. Here's another one of those pizza ones. This year's specialty, pickle pizza. And this pineapple whip stand here next to Pat's, which still has a long line, is the pineapple whip to get. And Cheesy does it. Deep fried mac and cheese balls. They're really good, but it's too hot to be having something like that. Then you have this funnel cake stand here. They have deep fried derby pie. This is another one of them Carnival Classic Savory stands. And if you look closely at a lot of these stands, this is where you'll find the specialty stuff. This is the Flamin' Hot Cheeto corn dog. They don't advertise it really big, so you have to look really closely at these stands, and that's where you'll find the specialty fair food. And I haven't tried it this year. Just wanted to try it. We didn't get a chance to. Maybe next year if it comes back. And this is the Savory barbecue booth. And like I said, they have pretty good barbecue. Turkey legs. Meat. I always come over here and get me a barbecue brisket every time. Now before we continue that way, I want to take a pit stop over here. Just past the Savory barbecue is the Miller Lite Big Tent. And just like the Bud Light tent, there's a band in here and a lot of tables to sit at. This one's a little bit more spacious. Sometimes there's country bands, sometimes there's hip hop bands, sometimes there's karaoke. You never know what you're gonna get in here. And just behind the big tent is a Marines booth. And then the BMX ramp that we showed you earlier, as well as the Kentucky Proud cookout tent. If you have a big family that likes variety of food, this is where you go. Kentucky Dairy Producers, cookies, fried fish, corn, and the Kentucky Cattlemen's Association. The Kentucky Pork Producers used to be in here. I don't know where they're at. All right, back to the Freedom Hall Circle to continue the food tour. There's the famous giant ice cream cone in the same spot it's been for at least 30 years. Now we're getting into more of the carnival food, and that's pretty much going to end the tour except for one more place. There's our carnival booth there, and a carnival booth there. This one here in the middle though, get your deep fried treats here. They have Oreos, Snickers, Reese's, just everything that you could think of is deep fried here. Deep fried Reese's, fantastic. Now over here you have another carnival stand with burgers, cheesesteaks, pork tenderloins, cheese fries, all that good stuff. There's a Greater Tater there and another pizza place. Actually, that's the same pizza place from earlier, but right here in the middle, the Greek gyro or gyro place, fantastic. Best thing to eat here on a hot day is one of these with the onions and the veggies on top, delicious. And that's pretty much all the food. So if you want carnival food, it's everywhere. If you want special snacks, you gotta look close, but it's here. And right at 3 o'clock, the ticket booths open and the lines fill up. Let's go for a ride on the shuttle. So this is where Louder Than Life will be in less than a month. Just on the other side of this tent being the main two stages. The front gate is going to be a main entrance, and you will go into Louder Than Life right over here. And for everybody worried about parking, I'm riding this tram to show you how parking will probably work. This lot right across the street here was used for Louder Than Life for emergency vehicles and stuff. It is now, it was also used for the entranceway, which is basically right here. Anyway, this will probably be parking, as well as the old Highland Festival ground. And there's other parking around the building here. But originally, this was the old entrance for Louder Than Life. But then, we have all of this field. And people think that they're afraid to use this for parking. They're not afraid to use this for parking. There's a car driving in the lot now. There's cars parked in there now. See all the cars in the grass? And if you don't know where this is, this was the old pathway leaving Louder Than Life. A lot of people will know this path. Lots more parking back here, which we have parked back here for Louder Than Life before. So this roundabout is new. I don't remember it being here, and I don't remember them building it. But it's here now, so gate 4 is probably now a primary entrance, especially for Louder Than Life. And there's a lot of construction. I don't know what they're building. So what the lady on the shuttle just told us is that construction back there is going to be a new West Wing, basically, and they're going to tear down the old West Wing once that's built, and Broadbent Arena way down the line. This can also be used for parking during Louder Than Life. I'm assuming it's going to be back area for the bourbon stage, but it could also be handicap parking. Dead Man's playing tonight. Like I said, tons of spots.
Yes, sir.
To get elevation. I'm a sweet tea person, so it's hard to find good sweet tea. Newton's. Get your sweet tea at Newton's. Best so far. This is one of those funny things. I actually had a burger from them just now, and it slaps. It's actually one of the best burgers here. Come to find out, it's the same burger as the donut burger, so that makes a lot of sense. My hair is a mess, but it's nighttime and the lights are on in the midway, so let's go check out all the rides. Most of the rides in the midway are the exact same as they've been almost every year we've been here, but we'll still show you around anyway. And as soon as you walk into the midway, there are these ticket booths. Come over here and get your tickets, but I would suggest getting a wristband so you can ride all the rides unlimited all day. Here in the midway, they also have turkey legs. Get them here, they're the best. Next to the turkey legs, they have the lolly drop. And over here next to the Budweiser tent, they have this Caterpillar roller coaster. Lots of games, lots of prizes. Tons of Pokemon. Then they have this ride called the Dino Train. The Rockin' Tugboat. And they still have this Magic Carpet Genie ride. And these cars, even though it's Kissel Entertainment now, the fair has always had these cars. Not only do they have red velvet funnel cakes, but it looks like it says Dubai chocolate funnel cake. Tempting. And they have this big thing called the Starscream. It's actually about to go up. Here in just a moment. The Raptor Attack is back, and if you guys notice right there, all the rides have the number of tickets it takes to ride the ride. So if you don't want to buy a wristband, just count how many tickets each ride that you want to ride is and just purchase those. But again, get the wristband, it's worth your money. And here's another one of them goldfish things. Yeah, I don't like these because they have fish in these bags and they sit there all day in the heat. It's not cool. Pharaoh's Fury, a swinging ship. This is also always here. Super Mario Smash, anybody? And this one still has the Slimers. I have no idea what the name of this ride is, but it looks like fun. I don't think this has been here before. It kind of reminds me of that Avatar ride that used to be at Kings Island. Avatar: The Last Airbender, not the blue people. This is that big kahuna. We showed it to you guys before. Basically, it's like one of them Gravitrons where you spin around inside, but you have a viewing platform up there so you can watch your friends spin sickly. Lots of Gengars, lots of Pokemon. This is that Hurricane ride. I've showed it to you guys before. They're still loading, but I'll insert a clip of previous years where it was running. This thing used to be called Tornado, now it's called Cyborg, but it's still the same ride. Here is the Matterhorn. This is always here, the same spot every year. It's basically like the Himalaya in Kentucky Kingdom, and all the bobsleds have different countries. There's also a Jamaica bobsled team car, which is pretty cool. And this is called the Kong Drop, and it's basically just a drop tower. The Python is back yet again. This coaster is here every year, and surprisingly, there's not a big line today. And this ride is called Oxygen. It's just another spinny flat ride. And this is called the Hell Taxi. It is just a Larson loop. Rolled ice cream. This thing was called the Rock-a-Plane at one point. Now there's no name in the middle. But it's the same thing. It's like a Ferris wheel, only you flip a lot. And here we have the Sizzler. And this is called Nemesis 360. And it's a pendulum swinging ride. I'll never ride one of these again. And this has been here for a while. The Flying Circus Swings. I like the way this one looks. Pickle Rick, anybody? And once again, the giant teacups. The biggest teacups I've ever seen. This year, they've kind of given us some extra aisleways, but none of the rides are any different. Sonic, Shadow, Gizmo, Cookie Monster. And this is one of those Gravitron rides, Alien Abduction. It's the same one that's been here in the past. And here's another Himalaya-style ride called Hot Ride. Kind of like Hot Wheel cars. And they do have some new age shops in the middle of it all. Bumper cars. This one came back again, the High Roller. Lucky Slide. They have this ride here called Venom. And I hate these rides because you get stuck up there waiting for the people down at the bottom to unload. And it kind of hurts your neck. Just like the cars, they've got these little boats. They have been here for quite some time. This little spinny monster ride's new though. It's crazy because I haven't seen that many fun houses out here this year. This is the first one I've seen. And here we have the Orient Express. It is a dragon roller coaster and lots more games. And we have the two giant Astro wheels. They keep bringing these back. They must be a big hit. Earlier in the week, somebody got a really cool picture with this with some lightning. The Funny Farm, anybody? And over here just past the Astro wheel is some little airplanes and a tiny kid's boat. Also, this little bitty Ferris wheel. Chocolate milk does not come from brown cows. Uncle Keith's Vegetable Farm. And they still have street tacos out here in the Midway. And this little monster truck ride called Zamperl. And it's called Web Slingers. Like Spider-Man, but you're on a trampoline. And just like the boats and the cars, there's motorcycles. And there's this little fun bouncy rabbit thing. That looks like a lot of fun, actually. I've loved that when I was a kid. And what's a fair in a carnival without a carousel? And apparently there's smash burgers in here now. I don't know if these are any good, but I need to try them. And this ride here for kids called Chopper Chase. Quagsire? You don't see Quagsire plushies. And my personal favorite ride, Tilt-A-Whirl. So there's two fun houses. The first one I showed you and Surf Shack. That is it. There used to be a lot more than that. It's kind of disappointing. And then everybody's favorite ride, Alter Ego. You guys have seen this on the channel before. Basically, 4 people get in down here, and the other 4 must wait up there until it's time to unload them, which that would suck. And I think that's going to do it for the fair rides. And I think that's going to do it for the fair. I hope you guys had a really fun time with me today at the Kentucky State Fair 2025. It's been a really long day. We explored inside, we saw some cows, we ate a lot of food, and we got to see the rides. But if you guys came to the fair, let me know how you guys enjoyed your day. Let me know what food you guys enjoy while you're here at the Kentucky State Fair. And if you're going to Louder Than Life, I'll see you there. Thank you guys. Pick it extra style. I love y'all. Pac-Man out.